The story of the American West is rich and textured, from the people to the intricate threads of generations that make up the fabric of America. It really is fascinating stuff. And Reid Lance Rosenthal knows this all too well. He is fourth-generation land and cattle with a cowboy's heart and a poet's pen. He has woven a wonderful, rich American story called Threads West and American Saga. Reid joins us this morning as part of our book author series. Morning to you, Reid. Good to see you.
Thanks for that introduction, Danielle. It's great to be here.
I'm glad that you're with us. With a cowboy's heart and a poet's pen. Now, those are your words, my friend, and they describe you perfectly. Tell me about your background.
You know, my great-grandfather was one of Germany's largest cattle ranchers. My grandfather followed in his footsteps. My dad was pushing cows in a little village in Germany when he was 4 years old to the local market. Came over when Hitler came to power and was into agriculture and other businesses all around the United States. And I bought my first ranch when I was 19 in Colorado.
That's funny. Now, you are, fourth generation land and cattle. You're also a writer, which, when you look at you, you look great. Writer probably isn't the first thing I would think. Tell me about Threads West American Saga, because is any of this based upon your own family? Is it based upon your background?
Well, Threads West and American Saga, Threads West is the namesake of the first of 6 books in the series.
Okay.
And we released it in October. Been a gangbusters #1 bestseller. It's been terrific. I've been pleasantly stunned. But the book itself is an unusual Western. It begins in Europe, and 7 of the first 8 characters begin in Europe, and the uncommon life threads of those characters kind of weave together to form the tapestry of an emerging nation. So the book itself is, shall we say, a mixture of Western, historical, and romance.
Nice. And I want to talk to you about the romance, because it is adventure and romance, in your words, wrapped in a silver bolo of the American spirit. Why did you choose romance?
Romance and the land, I think, are the 2 primal forces on the planet. Even folks who don't realize it are touched by the ceaseless current of energy from the land, and it's timeless. And everybody is touched by romance. It is a universal power. I think when you combine the energy of the lands, which is what the West is about, and you combine the universal nature of the tug and pull of romance,
sure,
both good and bad, then you combine it with a great story and you weave in history, I think you have a tale that people want to read. And
you managed to do that so successfully in this book. You also say this book is an unusual Western, and it's also an unusual romance. How so?
Well, it's an unusual romance, and it's an unusual Western, #1, because of its origins, okay, the uncommon life threads that begin in Europe. But '2, I think it's unusual in that, it's kind of a sophisticated read.
You're right.
It's real personalities. I mean, this is not your 6'6" guy who says yup and nope and can't do anything wrong. These people have flaws. They have inner and outer conflicts. So I've tried to make these characters, and many readers identify with various characters because the personalities are real. And therefore, the romantic interludes are also real.
Well, nothing wrong with 6'6". Let me just say that for the record. But one of the things you also say is this book is more than just historical. You say it's a personality study. Explain this. What do you mean by that?
Well, the personalities are they're real personalities. I mean, these are people that I've met.
Also, these are people that you've met along your life's path.
Well, these are personalities that I've met. I mean, these people in the book are characters from 1855. But these are real personalities that I've dealt with, watched, interacted with. And the book is both a mirror and a portal, okay? The portal, these personalities have been transported into these fictional characters 170 years ago. And they'll transpose themselves over 4 generations, over, 170 years that the 6 books covers, to the real-time contemporary West. The bottom line, though, is that these personalities, there is nobody, I don't think, that you can't relate to as a reader in this book by saying, I know him, I know her, and that's what I was trying to accomplish.
Well, I think it's fascinating that this is really an epic saga, in your words. It's one of 6 books over several generations. We're talking about 38 primary characters.
It's a project.
It's a project.
Yeah, it's a project.
Wow, tell me more about that.
Well, the book starts in 1855. It's a magical year in American history. America is on the cusp of greatness, doesn't know it. It's a few years before the outbreak of the Civil War. all sorts of things are happening in history at that time. I didn't realize how many, in fact, until I started doing the research on it. And it leaps forward over the 6 books into the real-time contemporary West, where the last book is set literally 2010 real-time Rocky Mountains. And over that course, 4 generations, which of course come from the vanguard of characters in the first book, evolve and suffer their duplicity and their passions and their triumphs and their failures and their lives and their deaths.
Very interesting. I have to tell you, very engaging book. You captured my attention with it.
Well, thank you.
So thank you, Reid. I appreciate you being with us on the show this morning.
My pleasure.
And once again, the book is called Threads West: An American Saga. For more information on Reid or the book, please visit his website at reidlrosenthal.com and threadswestamericansaga.com.